Live on the Mule Sports Network, it's Muhlenberg Varsity Baseball and Softball. Brought to you by Birdie's Inn, 160 Old Friedensburg Road at 5 Points in Exeter, serving the best and biggest variety of burgers in Berks. Scott's Car Wash in Exeter, offering monthly car wash memberships to keep your car spotless. And Spenny's Steaks and Shakes on Route 61 in Muhlenberg. Order online at SpennySteaks.com.
You are looking live. First Energy Stadium, Reading, Pennsylvania. The site for today's 6A quarterfinal baseball game between the Wildcats of Owen J. Roberts and your Muhlenberg Mules. Welcome into the Mule Sports Network booth. A special treat for you this evening. Aside of me, I am joined by Ryan Lineweaver.
Howdy, folks.
Say hi. Yeah.
You may remember me from a couple years back.
That's right. Ryan took care of Muhlenberg football and baseball a few years ago, and because of timing of games and what have you, we had switched some things around, but glad to have...
pesky work schedule of yours.
Yeah, how about that? Glad to have Ryan joining us. We have Steve Eberhardt on one of our cameras tonight. Producer Chris Zeiner back up in the booth. We are comfortably here in the Broadway Charlie Wagner press box, kind of.
Right in front of the press box.
Right in front of the press box. We are enjoying it outside of the press box here in the top row of the seats.
Listen, my car said that it was 91 degrees outside, and it's even warmer in that press box right now. So, and the double pane glass here, we're completely unrestricted.
I was gathering my materials, and yes, I can attest to probably 91 degrees there in the press box. All right, let's talk Muhlenberg as we come into this. Coach Kopetsky, what a job he's done. Muhlenberg winning 10 of the last 11. An incredible job that Coach has done manufacturing runs, essentially a 2-1 win over Haverford to get here. All the runs scored in the first, and Muhlenberg takes advantage of an error by Haverford's second baseman. They're able to match the run. They get two of their own. It holds up, and I'll tell you what, a nail-biter, Ryan.
Yeah, no kidding. And listen, the Fords were there with something to prove, too. Kind of like the Mules. You know, they were going in there as the sixth place finishers out of District 1. So, you know, they're sitting there saying, hey, why not us, too? And they're running into a team just as hot. They were 20-4 coming in. Well, 20-4 now, I guess, after the loss. But, you know, they were coming in facing another upstart team like the Mules. The Mules were 500 somewhere, mid-April. And then all of a sudden it's 11 out of 12 for the Mules that they were able to rattle off here, including nice Memorial Day win to pick up a District 3 crown. And, here we are against a little further down the road there off Route 100 in Owen J. Roberts, but kind of a neighboring school district nonetheless.
So let's talk about that Haverford game. Just a couple things to point out. Number one, Cole Moody. He gave up a single and then a triple to the first two batters of the game. Ultimately picks off the runner at three to end that rally, so to speak. It's 2-1, as we mentioned. And then Carter Burr, we'll talk about what happened in the seventh, but we're going to go silent for the playing of our national anthem. So we go to the 7th inning of that game with Haverford. A runner on 2, a line drive to right field. Carter Burr takes it on one hop, fires an absolute laser to Carlos Castillo. He puts the tag on for the out to preserve ultimately the 2-1 victory. An interview with Coach Kopetsky afterward, in describing the play, simply had this to say, wow. Talk about a freshman coming up big, Ryan.
I prefer Cole Moody's quote in the Reading Eagle, if you haven't read it yet. To be a freshman, to be a short freshman, 5'5". Man, kid's small, but he's got a cannon, though. That might be my favorite quote of the season.
That very well could be. Cole going 6'3", 215. So, yeah, if he's talking about somebody being 5'5" and smallish, that'll definitely be the case. All right, so let's take a look, and we'll talk more about Muhlenberg's season as the evening goes along. Let's talk about Owen J. Roberts momentarily as to how their defense will line up. They've got a veteran defense. Of the 9 on the field, 7 of them are seniors. And it's going to line up this way. Pitching is going to be the senior Adam Stahl behind the plate. His battery mate, a junior Nolan Fisher. Around the infield, you're looking at all seniors. At third, A.J. Murray. Tyler Now at short. Matt Smola at second. Lucas Campbell will hold down first. In the outfield, the seniors Evan Sabatino, Gavin Winnick. Left to right. In center, it's Ryan Hatt. So Owen J. Roberts coming in here. And if I had my information here, as far as the victory that they brought here, Ryan, they've got a lot of momentum.
Yeah, it was a 9-2 win that they had over Stroudsburg. Ended up racking up 8 hits and generating 9 runs, so efficiency key for them. Coming into tonight's contest, they'll look to do the same. And like I said, this is an upstart Muhlenberg team, 11-12, 5 straight victories here. Let's see if they can rattle off another one. They are the visiting team here this evening, but don't let that fool you. It may as well be a home game here at First Energy.
The senior Cooper Burr will step in first, 366 on the season. His first pitch from Adam Stahl is ball 1. The Mules, I'll say hot and cold as far as the offense is concerned. Only 2 hits in the game against Haverford, but then you look in the prior game and they bang out 10 runs and 10 hits. Here's the pitch. It's fouled off to the right side. It'll go out of play.
I think they'll gladly win with no hits if they needed to, Darren.
Well, as I mentioned, they took advantage of the second baseman error in the bottom of the first. Pushing 2 across, and that ended up all they needed. There's a swing and a miss. It'll even the count at 2. Beautiful day for baseball here in Reading. Here's Stahl's pitch. This is a shot to center field. It's going to be off the glove of the center fielder. Burr on his way into second. He's still on his horse. He'll get into third with a stand-up triple. He hit that ball, and it just kept rising and rising to the point that the center fielder, Ryan Hatt, couldn't come up with it. It was off his glove. And then Cooper Burr off to the races.
Yeah, Hatt just misjudges that one off the bat. I think he takes a step in. It was a line drive flared out there to center field, and he just misjudges it. And it's really hard coming off the bat, especially in a stadium you're not used to, in a larger one like this. You know, I used to work for Franklin and Marshall. I remember them going to, I guess, what is it now? It's not Regency Furniture. It used to be Clipper Magazine Stadium. But going down there, I mean, they used to have some wild games playing in a professional stadium because you're just quite not used to the magnitude. You have small backstops, you have small crowds, you're used to all of that, and then you come here to First Energy. Things just look a little different off the bat.
So stepping into the batter's box will be the left fielder, Marvin Frias. He comes in hitting .364 on the year. 1-1 the count to him. Here's the pitch. This is outside, 2-1. Frias quick with the bat. He's put down a number of bunts thus far. Third baseman A.J. Murray up on the grass, expecting the same. This is going to be up high. It's a ball. Frias ahead on the count, 3-1.
Obviously, a couple bases open here. Walk, not the worst thing to try to set up a double play and get 2 outs here. Instead, catches the corner.
Takes the count full.
Frias not working with the green light there.
Here's the pitch. This is going to be inside. It's ball 4. And the Mules have runners at the corners with nobody out. It'll bring up the center fielder, Gavin Moody. Gavin, .319 on the season. The Mules seniors have certainly held their own from an average standpoint. As a team, they're hitting .272. Stahl's pitch. This is fouled down the left side. 0-1.
Infielders shaded more towards double play depth here. Kind of pinching in there on second base. I'm sure Owen J would gladly take 2 outs in exchange for the run this early.
Gavin scoring a team-high 22 runs. This is going to be off speed on the inside corner. He's quickly in the hole, 0-2.
Yeah, curled that one in there. Moody not expecting a front foot. Looks like a slider. He's got a little left to right going on.
Stahl will take a glance at 3, throw over to 1. He's back.
I'll be surprised if he spits on one here.
Frias 15 stolen bases on the year. He's got a healthy lead at 1. There he goes. This is up high. The throw goes through. They'll cut it off, thinking that Burr may go, but he holds the bag, and the Mules will have second and third with nobody out.
Trying to hold Frias there with the pick attempt back to the bag. Just a pitch before. Frias taking that and has a green light next time up.
So 1-2 to Gavin Moody. The pitch.
Way
well outside. Give Nolan Fisher a thumbs up on that one. Well outside. He's able to corral it, keep the runners from advancing. Here's the pitch. This is a grounder. It's going to go through the hole on the left side. 1 run is in. They're going to hold Frias at third wisely. The left fielder, Evan Sabatino, got to it quickly. But it's an RBI single for Gavin Moody. His 14th on the year, and the Mules are up 1-0.
Let me tell you, Frias did not plan on slamming on the brakes. He was going to wind his way all the way through on that Tony Gwynn special right to the 5.5 hole. And thankfully, catches Kopetsky right there. Or not Kopetsky. Catches him right there at third base line. Both arms up. Finally slams on. And thankfully gets back to the bag in time.
Yeah, you know, with Marvin Frias' speed, you're expecting him to be able to score on a grounder like that to left. But again, give Sabatino credit. He got on it in a hurry, got it in. Frias would have been nailed at the plate by a mile. So after Nolan Fisher goes out and visits Adam Stahl, now he's going to have a coach visit.
A coach visit, and it looks like some bullpen work as well. They're sending out a spare catcher and a fielder into the bullpen. He recently moved bullpen, by the way.
Yes, this is not a Johan Duran situation. They're running the wrong way.
In through the White Star Travels door. God, White Star Tours has been a sponsor here for what seems like forever. I've been coming here for 30 years, and pretty sure they've been a sponsor all 30. But yeah, they'll wind somebody into the bullpen here. They're already through about 16 pitches, 1 run, 2 runners on, and nobody out to show for it.
Muhlenberg has been very efficient with their hitting and as far as producing runs thus far. Very quickly, so you know who they're playing tonight. Muhlenberg 18-8 overall. Owen J. Roberts is 27-4. They had a conference record of 14-3. That was first place in the PAC Pioneer Division. They had a great home record, 16-2.
Very top-heavy division, that Pac-10, for sure. Owen J. at 14-3. Upper Perk finished with a 13-3 record while playing conference opponents. And then Spring Ford also 13-3.
Cole Moody fouls the first one back. He's hitting .368. This one will be high and tight, even the count at 1. Muhlenberg being very patient, looking for their pitches. This one popped up. Going out is the second baseman. He'll turn. He's going to be called off. They're going to bang into each other. Tagging is Frias. The center fielder, Ryan Hatt, and the right fielder, Gavin Winnick, collide. The catch is made. Take a look to see who ultimately came up with it.
Yeah, I think it was
the right fielder.
I think it was Winnick. That was just awkward. Usually in that situation, you know, you saw the second baseman get called off. He was out there. He got called off. He ducks and covers. And then center fielder and right fielder not communicating in the exact same way. Usually center fielder, that's their ball. They'll call him off. And just had enough communication for the second baseman, but not enough going, you know, left to right out there that potentially the right fielder unable to hear.
So stepping in will be the shortstop, Liam Vargas. Vargas hitting .285 on the season. Marvin Frias tagging and coming home with the second Mule run of the inning. And this one outside and evens the count at 1.
Darn near think anything into the outfield would have scored Frias from third there with those wheels.
Here's the pitch. This fouled off to the right side. It'll go out of play. That's one of those where you boo the netting because you want to see who's actually paying attention over there by the concessions, the outdoor concessions area. Here's off speed. It's a called third strike. So Liam Vargas, the second out of the inning. In will step the third baseman, Mike Canfield. Canfield has had some clutch hits thus far this season. Comes in at .229. He's got 15 RBI.
That was a heck of a pitch there by Stahl. Watch the replay, catches the outer edge. Once again, looks to be that slider, that left to right movement. Heck of a pitch to throw there, 1-2.
This one down low. So the Mules out of the gate quickly. Here's Stahl's pitch. A nice bender, and it's 1-2. Actually 1-1. In there again, it's 1-2.
Once again, that off-speed pitch just freezing the Mules. I'm not sure if they swung at one of them here this first inning. Mostly fastball sitting.
This one outside, even the count at 2. There goes Gavin Moody. The throw out there in plenty of time, and they'll nail him. So Gavin Moody caught stealing for the third out. But not before the Mules score 2 runs, 2 hits. They don't leave anybody. We've played a half. It's 2-0 Mules. We'll be right back. It's the Mule Sports Network.
Craving something seriously good? At Spenny's Steaks and Shakes, every bite is made with love. Start with pizza, sauce on top, cheese on bottom, baked to golden perfection. It's a whole Philly experience in every slice. If pizza's not your thing, there's cheesesteaks, hoagies, and Hershey's ice cream to top it all off. Family owned, Philadelphia proud. Open Tuesday through Saturday, 11 to 7. Order online at SpennySteaks.com or call 484-277-2933. Mention this ad and get a free fountain soda.
We are back. First Energy Stadium, Reading, Pennsylvania. Tonight's 6A quarterfinal game between the Muhls and the Wildcats of Owen J. Roberts. The Muhls do a nice job putting the ball in play in that first inning. 2 runs on 2 hits. Now it's up to the sophomore John Martin to take over. Martin on the season, 0-1 in 5 1/3 innings. Taking a look at all of our information here. He's given up 7 runs, 6 earned. He's walked 4, struck out 5. Opponents hitting .391 against him. So we'll see if he can tame an Owen J. Roberts team.
You were talking earlier about not being able to find stats for Muhlenberg because they intentionally pulled him off of Max Preps. Owen J seems to have done the exact same thing with theirs. So if you're wondering why we might be flying a little bit blind when it comes to the Wildcats here this evening, well, teams are very protective of their stats. I was telling Darren about a time working for Reading United that, we may have played around with some of the uploading footage and uploading stats and, maybe fudging around with a little of it. How low of a resolution could we make it? Could we make it choppy? Could we make it grainy? Kind of the same thing here. Got a little, you're not made to put it on Max Preps. Like, it's not a requirement. It doesn't say shall anywhere with Max Preps. So if it's optional, these teams are going to pull it all down.
So as we mentioned, John Martin, the sophomore, will take the mound. His battery mate will be the senior Carlos Castillo. The infield for the Mules. At third, the sophomore Mike Canfield, the junior Liam Vargas. At short, senior Cooper Burr at second, senior Cole Moody at first. They the recently graduated players. Marvin Frias in left, Gavin Moody in center, Carter Burr, the freshman in right.
Oh, yeah, it's officially summertime in Muhlenberg, isn't it?
Took a little while. So Matt Smola, the second base senior, fouls the first one straight back. Everybody just watches it. Had this been a Reading Phillies game, there would have been 13 people scrambling for that ball. But since it's a high school game, one guy reluctantly goes after it.
Throw it back.
0-1 your count.
He still doesn't know what to do with it. He's just standing up here with it.
Outside, even the count at 1. I don't know, maybe he's going to do what happened in a major league game the other night where the center fielder was playing catch with a fan, and then he turned away thinking they were done, and the fan threw the ball and it sprained his wrist. It was a little kid. This is in there. It's 1-2.
We'll see if Martin can be a little bit more efficient than Stahl was in the top half of the inning. Stahl needing 27 pitches to get through the opening stanza.
Here's Martin's pitch. This is going to be a grounder to second. Cooper Burr has it. He'll scoop it up, get it over to Cole Moody. That'll be 4-3 on the putout. One down for the Mules here in the bottom of the first. It'll bring up the shortstop, Tyler Now. We talk about one of the most impressive seasons from a pitching standpoint, and obviously John Martin on the mound tonight. But Cole Moody, 11-0. Here's off speed in there for a strike.
11-0, 95 strikeouts.
Just
in 76 and a third.
Unbelievable. Just dominant all season long. Here's Martin's offering. This is inside. 1-1.
Berks County not necessarily bereft of pitching talent. If you recall, Devin Sheeran, now at LSU, post, I believe, Mount St. Mary's, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Now down at LSU. I texted that one's checked back to the fence. Texted everyone a John Boy media post that featured Devin dropping an F-bomb.
Yeah.
And I was like, hey, he went to Exeter.
Yeah, how about that? Yeah, not necessarily the reason you want to be picked out, but here's John Martin. Castillo sets up the pitch. It is a called third strike. An absolutely beautiful off speed. Now wasn't quite sure, but I'll tell you what, from our angle, that looked good.
Oh, yeah, I just watched the replay up on the video board. Yeah, that was right down the middle.
Yeah.
That was a heck of a off-speed pitch to catch him looking.
That's one of those you don't want to be tapping your helmet because you're going to be made to look like a fool because it was right there. So 2 outs here in the bottom of the first. In will step the pitcher, Adam Stahl. A swing and a miss. 0-1.
Haven't had many of those here in the early goings.
John Martin has some size, 6'2", 175 as a sophomore.
Still some room to fill out there, the 6'1" frame.
I think I was 175 when I was about 28. I'm not really saying much.
I think it was $180 when I graduated high school. Haven't touched it since.
Here's the pitch. This one popped up on the right side. Going back is Cole Moody. He's in foul territory. He's under it. He'll squeeze it. And that will take care of Owen J. Roberts here in the bottom of the first. We've played one full. It's 2-0 Mules. We'll be back. It's the Mule Sports Network. Oh, we're doing a read. There we go. I got it,
I was going to say, post first inning.
Here we go.
Got the live read.
For over 180 years, Berks County has had a place to gather, eat well, and have a great time. And that place is Birdie's Inn of Exeter Township. Known for the best burgers in Berks, Birdie's also serves up homemade kielbasa, smoked right in-house from a 200-year-old family recipe. They've got fresh-made soups, wings every single night of the week. Wash it all down with beer on tap, bottles, cans, or a mixed drink from the bar, or as we would say throughout the course of the season, soda. Live music every Friday and Saturday, plus karaoke, trivia, open mic nights, and more, all from a spacious covered deck that's open year-round, rain or shine. Winner of the 2025 Best Bar Food Award from Berks Country or County. It could be Berks Country. Berks County Living. Don't forget.
Wasn't that the name of the section in the Reading Eagle?
It probably was. Don't forget the late night menu Friday and Saturday nights from 9 to 11. And in fact, tonight too. That's right. Friday night. Birdie's Inn, 160 Old Friedensburg Road in Exeter. Get that pen ready. Here's a number. Call it 610-779-5797.
Is that a call to make a reservation, or if you're lonely, you want to talk to John?
John, Patty, one of the bartenders. Yeah.
The inflatable gritty.
If I say the horse, that's an inside joke. You have to know about that. All right, so 1-1 your count. In will step Mike
Canfield again.
Yep, he was up when Gavin Moody was thrown out at second. Current count of 1-2. Here's the pitch. It's going to be fouled at the plate. I think it catches Nolan Fisher. He'll shake it off, though.
Canfield saw 4 pitches there in the top half of the first before Moody was retired on the base paths.
Coach Kopetsky, a few words for Canfield.
So it is Kopetsky. Okay. I thought I had it wrong down there at third base. That's why I second-guessed myself last inning.
Number 32.
Got it right.
That's right, Coach Kopetsky. Here's the pitch from Stahl. Ooh, talk about bending the knees right there. Just a little inside. It's 2-2.
Yeah, don't pull up the replay on that one.
Here's the pitch. This is up high. It's ball 3. Canfield takes the count full. This one fouled off to the right side. It'll go out of play.
Now between those two ABs, 11 pitches thrown, so he's certainly seen all of the junk that Stahl can toss at him.
Here's the pitch. Here's a grounder to third. Scooped up by A.J. Murray. He'll fire it over to Lucas Campbell. So 5-3 on the putout. That'll be the first out in the Muhls second. It'll bring up the pitcher, John Martin. Martin limited at-bats this year.
46 of them, batting .152.
Here's the pitch. It's up high. Martin, a designated hitter at spots of the season.
7 hits to his credit, 6 of them singles. Works the count to 2-0 here.
Just like you said.
Sorry, not stepping on your toes. I saw you were looking down.
Absolutely not. Here's Stahl's pitch. This is going to be in there for his strike. He'll throw this one by him. 2-2 your count.
Talking about Cole Moody earlier, it is interesting to see just the sheer number of pitches thrown. 2,900 thrown by the Muhls this year. 1,100 of those by Cole Moody.
This one fouled off to the right side, and in the right field bleachers, basically Plinko going on. This one, he gets a piece of it, fouls it straight back.
Don't worry, that guy that looks like he's sleeping over there might go and get it.
Give Muhls the credit thus far. You talked about the number of pitches in the first, and the first 2 hitters here are making him work for it. Here's a shot into the right center field gap. It's going to go all the way to the wall. Martin on his way to second. He'll have a stand-up double.
Martin had 1 double coming in. Now he's got 2 doubles on the year.
A nice job there again, just fouling him off till he got the pitch to drive. And he is a 1-out base runner. So there will be Michael Batista will be the pinch runner for John Martin.
The courtesy runner, as you will. Bonte coming in, 45 ABs, 53 plate appearances, batting .200 on the year, 9 hits, all of them to first base.
Off speed inside, 0-1. Martin's doubled the 3rd Muhl hit of the game thus far. This one will be in there for a strike, even the count at 1.
Yeah, 44 pitches so far for Stahl. Just one retired here in the second.
This will be in there for a strike. 1-2 your count. Aiden Bonte, the 8-hitter, the freshman Carter Burr on deck. The pitch. This one upstairs, and it's 2-2. Philadelphia Phillies play an afternoon game with the far from surging San Diego Padres.
The Nick Castellanos-less San Diego Padres.
That's right. Apparently,
hope
they
he
let
still
him
had
go.
an apartment in Philly.
Well, they let him go during the Philadelphia series, so they may have just wanted him to clear things out.
Well, he was below the Mendoza line, so.
Here's ball 4. Aiden Bonte will take one. The Mules have first and second with one out. Up will step Carter Burr.
Bonte working that one back from a 1-2 count and 3 consecutive balls tossed out there by Stahl. Puts him on first. Again, not the worst outcome with one away. You could end the inning here with a ground ball. Just kind of odd that goes 3 straight there.
Burr tries to bunt it down the right side, but it goes foul. Nothing in 1 year count. There's something the Philadelphia Phillies might want to take a look at. Small ball.
Castellanos? Oh.
Well, no, not Castellanos. Well, he can't play small ball either, so it doesn't matter.
Well, you can't play much ball these days. He's only 34, too, which is the odd thing. He's just flamed out early.
Nicky, 3 buttons. Carter Burr will show bunt, pull it back, and it's a fair ball.
And not much you can do there.
Yeah, stepping on the bag. Lucas Campbell did a nice job of corralling it, making the play unassisted.
Yeah, 3U on the put out there. Just went to his left. He was right there at the bag anyway, trying to hold on to Bonte at first. If he wasn't there on the bag, it probably laces through, and we're off to the races here, and 2 runners score. But instead, because he's holding Bonte on the bag, it's in perfect position.
So we go to the top of the order. It's Cooper Burr. Cooper tripled off the center fielder's glove his first time up, came in to score. Here's a pop-up to the left side. It's going to go out of play.
Lucky fan gets a ball.
And if it was banana ball, I don't think that would be an out.
I don't think so.
I think he dropped it. So 1-1 your count to Cooper Burr. Two outs. This one upstairs. 2-1. Mike Batista on 3. Aiden Bonte on 2. Here's the pitch. In there for a called strike. Cooper was ready to pull the trigger, decided to hold back, and it's strike 2.
At the figure, a base hit here will score 2 runners.
This one popped up, middle infield, converging the right side of the infield. Taking it is the first baseman, Lucas Campbell. And that'll take care of the Mules here in the top of the second. We've played 1.5. It's 2-0 Mules.
There's no better place to learn baseball and softball.
And it's time for a read.
Look at that. It's time to transform your driveway, patio, or backyard space. Don't settle for ordinary concrete. T. Ronaldo Concrete brings over 23 years of experience right here in Berks County, delivering stunning stamped and decorative concrete, epoxy flooring, and custom designs built around your vision. Owner Tony Ronaldo is licensed, insured, and personally committed to going above and beyond on every single job. Call Tony today at 610-427-9433 or visit tronaldoconcrete.com to request your free quote and that's tronaldoconcrete.com. Tony Ronaldo Concrete, where craftsmanship meets your vision.
We go to the bottom of the second inning. John Martin sets down the Wildcats in the top of the first. 1, 2, 3. It'll be the 4, 5, 6 hitters for Owen J. Roberts. The designated hitter, Owen Waltemeyer, if I'll say it right, will always work well. And it'll be the catcher, Nolan Fisher, and the left fielder, Evan Sabatino. You take a look at the wind tonight. As we started the game, the flag at half staff in center field was quite still. Now we've got a slight breeze left to right. Doesn't look like that would affect very much as of right now. So John Martin will finish up. Carlos Castillo will fire down to second. Waltemeyer will step into the box. And Owen J. Roberts' second inning will get underway.
Of course, that flag flying at half-mast for Officer Kristen Yeager, a member of the Central Berks Regional Police Department who passed away in the line of duty last Friday. All of the Commonwealth flags lowered to half-mast in her honor by Governor Josh Shapiro.
Martin's first pitch to Waltemeyer, in there for a called strike. Talking about Owen J. Roberts' offense, they outscored their opposition 279 to 103 over the course of the season. So the bats can be potent at any given time. This one roped foul down the left field line. And it's 0-2.
Winner of this contest would go on to face Butler in the Golden Tornado. 3-2 victors over Chambersburg this afternoon. They played at 4 o'clock, the bottom half of the bracket. All knotted up at 2 after Chambersburg played at 1 in the top half of the 6th. Then Butler coming back in the bottom of the 7th, plating the game-winning run to advance themselves into the 6A semis to be held on Monday the 8th.
Here is a called third strike from John Martin. His second strikeout of the evening, the first out in the Wildcats' second. It'll bring up the catcher, Nolan Fisher. Here's the pitch. It's a curveball up high, ball 1. Muhlenberg, the only team from Berks County qualifying for the PIAA state playoffs this season. It really has been an incredible run. There's a grounder right back to Martin. He'll make the play. 1-3 on the put out. 2 out in the Wildcats' second. It'll bring up the left fielder, Evan Sabatino.
We talk about Stahl's pitch count problems on his half of the inning. Talked about it last inning. He's at 55 pitches through 2 innings. Not nearly the same going on here for John Martin. Quick work through 1 2/3. Only threw 10 pitches in the top half.
The left-handed Sabatino will take ball 1.
That one just his 17th pitch of the evening so far.
Martin has the sign from Castillo. He'll set up on the pitch. This one is a pop fly to right field. Going back on it is Carter Burr. He's under it. Took a long time for it to come down. He stays with it and he makes the grab. So a fly out to right field. Carter Burr stays with it. And that'll take care of the Wildcats here in the bottom of the second. We've played 2 full. We will come back with Ryan with play-by-play to pick up on the third. 2-0 Mules. This is the Muhls Sports Network.
Always my favorite intro from Jerry there. It's so aggressive for some reason. I don't know why. Top half of the third inning here as I'll take over for DZ. Muhlenberg in their road yellow pinstripes here. We'll say, see sharper and sharper jerseys out of these high school teams every day. I was marveling at the women's softball World Series get-ups. Nebraska with the full red pinstripes. Reminded me a little bit of, circa 90s Chicago Bulls, those black jerseys they had, as Frias tries dropping down a bunt down the first base line. Scoots foul, 0-1. Then you had like Tennessee and Texas, and they have the bright orange jerseys going on, and baseball is certainly more colorful than it has been in a while. Owen J just wearing boring white jerseys. It's Frias. Looks at one on the inside corner, runs the count 0-2.
You take a look at what the Mules have done since May the 15th. That was a Friday just a few short weeks ago, as he will go down swinging. So they go up against Manheim Township. And Manheim Township, a solid season. They came back pretty strong this year. Muhlenberg able to take a 6-3 win. The crazy part of that game, 7 errors for Manheim Township.
I'm just thinking too, it's the last time that they were here county championship, or do they have a round in districts here at First Energy?
Are you talking Muhlenberg?
Mm-hmm.
Well, we'd be going back to 2008 for that one.
I'm just talking this year. Last time that they were here, I think, was county championship, but they got run out of the stadium 10-0 by Wilson.
That night they did.
Since then, you're like, all right, they slipped into districts. So we're looking at an 0-2 here for Moody. Who would have thunk it? Went away from the state semis.
So we mentioned as far as the 6-3 win on May 15th. Then you go to May 18th. In fact, let's go back to the 15th for a second. We talk about the 6-3 win. The big key there, Marvin Frias went 3 for 4 with 2 RBI. This one fouled straight back.
Funny how momentum works.
And wouldn't it be interesting, Cole Moody was the one to get it all started. He went 7 innings. Only giving up 6 hits, of course, the 3 earned runs, striking out 6. But he was the one, he was the catalyst to get it all going, because then they come back and beat Waynesboro. And here's a strike 3. John Martin, Ryan Rosenberry are the ones to set the Indians down on that day.
Cole Moody.
So 2 outs on back-to-back strikeouts.
That'll bring up Cole Moody. Moody with a sac fly and an RBI by virtue of that in the first. Swings some junk outside. It's 0-1. Just 1 strikeout finishing up the first inning for Stahl. Didn't have any here in the second, and has run through the Mules here for the first 2 outs, and that one, I'm assuming upstairs.
Yeah, pretty
Stahl,
much when you hear the crowd go, ooh.
yeah, Stahl received that one kind of nonchalantly. Back from the catcher. That one outside. 2-1 now to Cole. Was the first out of the first inning as well. As Vargas striking out and then Gavin extinguished, trying to scamper to second. 2-1 upstairs. Makes it 3-1. Cole just 5 walks.
Thought that was number 6, but not quite.
Might have to wait a little bit longer as that one runs the count full, 3-2. Full count, 2 away, bases empty. The offering. That one laced back up the middle, past the second baseman. Smola gave an effort, loses the hat in the process. But it's a base hit for Cole Moody. And there's 1 on with 2 away.
Yeah, good piece of hitting right there. Just stayed with the pitch, took it back up the middle,
yeah,
just
nothing
outside.
special.
Yeah, the outstretched arm there of the second baseman. And he's a 2-out base runner.
That'll bring up Vargas. Vargas struck out looking in the first. Did about a 280 hitter. Only 3 RBI to his credit. He'd need something into the gap to score Moody from first. The count's 1-0. Catches the outer edge, 1-1. .71 pitches for Stahl. They have that 105 pitch limit. So we'll see if and when that comes into play. That one sliced into right field. Winnick has it for out number 3. Well, for the Mules, no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left stranded. We go into the bottom half of the third. The Mules still leading by 2.
Adding your own flavor to fashion comes with age.
Okay, Dad, look at you.
Yeah, welcome. Hi.
Forgetting how to add doesn't. Finding it difficult to work with numbers may be a sign of Alzheimer's.
Dad, are you okay?
An early diagnosis can help improve the quality of life for your loved one. Learn the warning signs of Alzheimer's. Some things come with age, some others don't.
2-0 Mules here as we enter the bottom half of the third inning. Martin's still out on the bump. So far, so good. Didn't get to pitch much in the regular season here, but now with short notice and short on arms, tossing him out there onto the mound. And so far, like I said, he's ripped through 6 up, 6 down.
The last game against Haverford, Cole Moody, pitching on 3 days rest, takes it to the 105 pitch limit, goes 6 1/3. Ryan Rosenberry came in to close that game out. But something that the Mules have done all season long, we talk about pitching, of course, Cole Moody, and as good as he has been. The defense has been pretty stout. I'll say earlier in the season, if you would have asked probably anybody, even Coach Kopetsky, where he thought his team would have been at that stage, maybe the first third of the season, how they were a few too many defensive lapses, throwing the ball around a little bit too much, but they've shored up that defense, and they're able now to win games 2-1.
It's a very real thing at this level. You see it even at like the D3 level when I was at Franklin and Marshall. You just have some sloppy games midweek, and you'd be surprised at how many runs just come by virtue of just sloppy defensive baseball, especially at this age. So you can tighten that up. You increase your chances of victory considerably by not shooting yourself in the foot frequently.
And
1-0 to Campbell.
Here's a one-hopper. It's going to get by Cooper Burr. It's going to go into right center. On his horse, getting into 2 and sliding in safely will be Lucas Campbell.
I had to mention the 6 up, 6 down. Campbell on his horse from the jump there. Maybe an ill-advised double, but he was pretty confident here, down 2-0. He was going to try to leg it out. That is the first hit for the Wildcats. That'll bring up Gavin Winnick. So just me, or has everyone hit from the right side as well here for Owen J?
I did see one lefty.
That's about it.
Yeah.
Everybody free swinging from the right side. Martinell working with a runner on. He'll step off and threaten him back. As Winnick threatening a sack bunt here, just trying to get a runner 90 feet from home.
Something that did bite the Mules 2/3 of the way into the season when I was talking about they were doing a nice job of defense, not getting the ball, putting themselves in bad situations. They did go through about 2/3 of the season. They started throwing the ball, trying to pick runners off and giving up some unneeded bases, which ultimately pushed them to the brink. So I think they learned something from that. And again, they don't do that quite as much here.
Yeah, sometimes at this level, it's just not worth it. Wish it was the case, but, pop time, strong arms, all that. Every little bit counts, especially if you have a runner kind of dangling in scoring position. So you can see Castillo getting up and kind of chasing him back to second a little bit, making sure he's not going to think about trying to gun it for third. Wants to get out and pass that batter. Here's the 1-2. Got him.
Huge out for John Martin. Huge out after the leadoff double. Martin comes back and freezes him.
Yeah, I'm just not sure what Winnick's looking at there for the first 2 pitches. He shows bunt, doesn't attempt either time, and then he looks at strike 3. Not quite understanding the strategy there from the Wildcats' point of view, but it is the first out. That went upstairs, 1-0. Like, if you're going to sacrifice him over, at least make an attempt. You can't pull the bat back all 3 times.
And if you were going to run in that situation with the right-handed batter, you were going to do it, not with the lefty, because Castillo has the open view now with the lefty. You talked about how many lefties were on this squad.
Yeah, this is it.
Here you go. So now Castillo has that free shot down to third, even if they would try to run.
Yep. 1-1, 1 on, 1 away. That one inside, and now he's going to throw it to third, and Canfield was off the bag anyway.
Yeah, I think he got such, they're going to check this. I'm not sure. Coach Kopetsky asking for a review of some type.
I can't tell quite what he was looking at. It was a clean steal. There was no tag because Canfield was off the bag. I'm pretty sure it was a clean swipe, and now he's going to dance off a third as Canfield forced to respect the sacrifice bunt there.
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure what Coach Kopetsky was asking because he got such a huge lead that even by the time he threw the ball down there, the runner was already at the bag.
I'm not even sure. So he's trying to contest that it was a foul tip of some sort?
Yeah, perhaps.
Anyway, 2-2. Upstairs. Loads the count full to the 9-hole hitter here in Murray. Smola on deck. He grounded out the second in the first. That one lined back up the middle, and it's a 2-1 ball game. Nice job by the 9-hole hitter here in Murray, just waiting him out. That's an RBI single, and Owen J is on the board.
Yeah, again, a good stroke right there. Like you said, he timed his pitch, was right on it, sent it into center field. And
Just
the
kind of
Wildcats are on the board.
Yeah, just kind of expecting with that full count offering that he's going to go back to the fastball. So you're just sitting fastball the entire time. You have it timed up from a couple of other pitches. Have a rip at it. Somewhere in your wheelhouse, as long as you're not stretching for it. Why not? That one popped up sky high in the shallow center. Gavin Moody drifts underneath. And there are 2 away.
Big pitch there for John Martin, especially after Owen J able to get a run home with only 1 out.
Now struck out looking in the first on 4 pitches. Runner on first, 2 away. Now a 2-1 ball game. That one inside as the bender gets away from Martin a little bit. Now needs to do a little dance to get away from it. Pickoff attempt to first. Not in time. Moody applies the tag, but Murray back in time. The 1-0. Eventually. Now time called.
Yeah, Martin just holding on to that, trying to keep the runner fairly close. Doesn't look like he's got that big a lead.
No, he's still in the dirt path there. That one low and outside, ball 2.
Yeah, situation here, I think you want to focus more on the batter, not necessarily the runner.
Yeah, you got 2 away. That one to short, Vargas to Burr. And that will end the inning, but not before Owen J gets back on the board. An RBI single from A.J. Murray scores Lucas Campbell, makes it a 2-1 game, which is where we leave it, going to the top of the 4th inning. 2-1 Muhlenberg when we return here on the Muhls Sports Network.
Craving something seriously good? At Spenny's Steaks and Shakes, every bite is made with love. Start with pizza, sauce on top, cheese on bottom, baked to golden perfection. It's a whole Philly experience in every slice. If pizza's not your thing, there's cheesesteaks, hoagies, and Hershey's ice cream to top it all off. Family owned, Philadelphia proud. Open Tuesday through Saturday, 11 to 7. Order online at SpennySteaks.com or call 484-277-2933. Mention this ad and get a free fountain soda.
Back at it here as Stahl returns to the bump. And Mike Canfield once again will lead off an inning. Did so in the second by virtue of just seeing 4 pitches in the first and out on the base path. So he got to lead off the second, and now we'll lead off the 4th as well.
Yeah, with Canfield, one of those crazy things where it's the 3rd time that he's seeing the batter's box, but only the 2nd official. As he was in the batter's box in the first when Gavin Moody was caught stealing.
feel like I'm in my car a couple of years ago. Disney soundtrack playing now. Lion King. My wife always sings it as pink pajamas, penguins on the bottom. That is most certainly not what is being sung.
So have your daughters watched The Lion King? Because in this era of Frozen,
Yeah, not so
and
much.
everything else, this is old school.
Not so much.
This
My daughters are two completely different humans, unsurprisingly. My oldest loved Frozen. She went through a Frozen phase. She went through a Moana phase. Went through an Aladdin phase. Not the old Aladdin, the new Will Smith Aladdin.
Oh no! See that I'm old school. It's the Robin Williams Aladdin. That'll.
She was hardcore into all of that, and my youngest is a Ratatouille, Incredibles, Toy Story kid. Neither of them really getting into Lion King as Canfield causes a breeze here in the stadium with the first whiff. It's 0-1. Took a healthy hack at that one. Sitting 0-1 fastball. That one beaten to short.
Oh.
Now boots it into center field.
Yeah, that one, the shortstop let it eat him up. Instead of him charging it and picking it up on that second hop, he let the hop play him. The spin off of his arm, and Canfield is on.
Yeah, I think I got to go E6 on that one, a relatively routine play for now at short. I don't have my scratch pad, but I guess I should create one for trying to figure out errors and earned and unearned runs. That'll bring up Martin. Martin showing bunt, takes strike one. Martin laced a double in his first appearance back in the second.
And here's the small ball that we've talked about that Coach Kopetsky plays so well. It's a matter of he's got such confidence in his 3, 4, 5 hitters that he'll, here's Martin hitting in the 7 hole, and he's confident enough that his 8, 9s will do what they need to do, and that the top of the order will bring him home.
Bonte did work a 6-pitch walk in the second. The 1-1. Swung through that one, does Martin. It's a 1-2. No proms going on out at the event center this evening. Not sure if you saw that. Actually made the Major League Baseball Instagram account as Martin fans at that one, and there's one away.
Well, I know as far as the graduation events essentially are done, as I mentioned yesterday, the Muhlenberg seniors, of course, on the field tonight graduated.
Glad they're all here this evening instead of holding out for the draft.
And signing day.
Uh-huh.
Oh, that may have already occurred, but that's okay.
That one up and in. It's 1-0. 79 pitches for Stahl. He has settled down a little bit in that third inning, able to get 3 outs and 4 hitters.
It'll be interesting if the Mules can stretch him this inning. I mean, if he can't go 5, as you know, at the high school level,
start eating into those bullpens.
Absolutely, and you start eating up innings on those arms that, even if you do win it, it's all a matter of, who's your one going the next time.
Now, they do have until Monday, so they got the entire weekend to rest up. I'm assuming that if the Mules advance, they may go Moody in the semis.
They'll definitely go Cole Moody.
And safe at first. Woo-hoo!
It looked like the umpire was going to ring him up.
I thought so too. That was a heck of a job by Fisher. That pop time.
Yeah.
Ended up catching Canfield dangling off first.
Yeah, I've got a feeling Canfield did some magic there, getting his hand back in around the glove.
It's like that tag that didn't catch Mickey Moniak earlier this season, able to dive out of the way of it. That time lays down the 2-1 bunt. And
there's no throw.
He's just going to eat it.
Wow, I don't know if the catcher at that point, well, what are they? I don't know why he's throwing it back. I don't know if the catcher told him to go 2 and that confused him or what. Because he didn't even come up with a throw.
Yeah, I was going to say, because now we have runner returning. And I think he was out of the batter's box when he made contact. You could see the home plate umpire kind of waving it off, and I'm pretty sure he was outside the batter's box when he made contact with that one, because he was diving outside of it. I'm pretty sure that he had a foot outside the box.
All right.
Which ends up returning the runner. And I think it ends up going as a 2U in that situation, with the out credited to the nearest fielder. I think that's how baseball works.
Yeah, much like it does in hockey. You know, if somebody puts it off the goalie, if the defender puts it off the goalie, it's the closest player.
That one fouled off almost into the dugout suites down there.
I don't even know what they're called anymore.
I think it's the dugout suites.
They have the owner's suites and the dugout suites.
Well, the owner's box is right in front of us. That used to just be, I don't know, blue section 5.
Yeah. This used to be red.
Used to.
And then, I mean, obviously we're in red right now, and it's one section or one row. But it used to be the left and right field bleachers.
I'm pretty sure we're in the knothole gang section. Is gunning for second, and safe is Canfield. The ball squirts out of Smola's glove.
And the crazy part is, if that ball doesn't, it looks like he's safe.
I think he's safe.
But the umpire was going to call him out if that ball doesn't come loose.
Yeah,
he had his arm cocked to call him out, and he saw the ball and then ultimately safe. So lucky for the Mules, that one squirts free, and they got a runner on 2.
That one fouled back. He was the count at 2-2. Berth, his last time up, laced one down the first base line, but it was right to Campbell. He's playing on the bag, trying to hold the runner on. 2-2, 2 away, runner on second. Strike 3 looking. Down goes Carter Burr, and down go the Mules. With a runner left on for the Mules, no runs, no hits, 1 error, and 1 left stranded on second. We go to the bottom half of the 4th inning here. Muhlenberg still leading 2-1. And I suppose that we are staying here for the Birdies read.
I think so.
As Chris did not go to commercial, so I'm assuming.
Yep, you got it.
And for over 180 years, Berks County has had a place to gather, eat well, and have a great time. And that place is Birdies Inn of Exeter Township, as we have some guests joining us here. Should hand over the microphone to them.
Might as well.
Known for the best burgers in Berks, Birdies also serves up homemade kielbasa smoked right in-house from a 200-year-old family recipe. Fresh-made soups and wings every single night of the week. Wash it all down with a beer on tap, bottles, cans, or a mixed drink from the bar. Live music every Friday and Saturday, plus karaoke, trivia, open mic nights, and more, all from their spacious covered deck that is open year-round, rain or shine. They were also the winner of the 2025 Best Bar Food Award from Berks County Living. Don't forget the late-night menu on Friday and Saturday nights from 9 to 11. And, in fact, hey, why don't you go out there tonight, too, for that late-night menu as well. Birdies Inn, 160 Old Friedensburg Road in Exeter. Make sure that you call 610-779-5797. That kielbasa, not all that bad.
Not at all. I have had it. It is quite the meal.
The last time I was there with Jerry, I did get kielbasa on my sandwich. I can't remember exactly what I got. I think it was the kielbasa Reuben sandwich, actually.
You didn't try the peanut butter and jelly burger?
I did not.
No.
That was not like forefront on the menu. So I'm just sitting there trying to find the weirdest thing. And I've done so many of these reads over the past couple of years that I was like, you know what? Screw it. I'm getting the kielbasa.
Look at that. It was etched into the forefront
Yeah,
of
subliminal.
your mind.
Not so subliminal messaging.
Right.
So we go to the bottom half here. Owen J looking to make some noise as Stahl. First pitch swinging. And going to say that the out does count at first. Dropped it on the transfer, but the out, still enough possession there for out number one.
Yeah, the umpire having a good time with Cole Moody out there. Cole explaining that it was in the transfer. 3-4-5 here for Owen J. Roberts.
Brings up Waltemeyer, who struck out looking on 4 pitches to lead off the second. He's first pitch swinging too, looking at Gavin Moody. Moody takes a step back. Now moves in for it. 2 pitches, 2 outs.
Talk about utilizing your pitch count to the fullest. 2 for 2.
I was going to say, I told you I'd let you take over here in the 6th, and now I'm regretting that.
That's all right.
You know what? We used to have that when we pulled
did.
double duty for Exeter football, too. For some reason, you're always like, you call the second half, I'll call the first. And I'm like, yeah, that sounds great. And the second half was always like a 35-0 running clock.
Right.
Gee, thanks, DZ.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2 pitches here for John Martin.
Yeah, that was one of those just take over. And it could have been, it literally could have been, 6 minutes to go in the second quarter. It's like, you take it.
That year was special for the Eagles, the last Joey Schlaffer year. As Fisher looks at strike 1.
Tell you what, John Martin coming with some adrenaline and enthusiasm with that pitch.
The 0-1 to Fisher, down low. Fisher only had 2 pitches thrown to him for the second out of the second, as that one was a slow roller back to the mound as well, similar to how we started off this inning. 1-1. That one driven well out to left. Drifting back is Frias. Frias looks up, and that one's into the picnic area.
Yeah, that was an off speed that Nolan Fisher just got all of it and sent it deep to left, tying this game.
No doubt about it off the bat, and we are all nodded at 2. Frias just twisting around in the wind and then finally reaching that Riverfront Federal Credit Union sign and watching it go about a level deep.
Yeah, that's one of those we were talking about. Martin, he just caught a little bit too much of the plate with an off speed right there, and Fisher didn't make him, or I should say Fisher made him regret it.
He has had some of those off-speed pitches be a bit elevated, and he's gotten away with it so far. That time, not so much, as Fisher deposits it into the left field bleachers. Now that one upstairs to Sabatino, who flew out to right to end the second.
Now the key here for the sophomore will be just to settle down. Obviously, 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th, but just to be able to compose himself, get out of the inning, give the Mules a chance to get back on top.
Should be 1-1, I believe, with Sabatino offered at that one. There we go. I don't have to worry about the scoreboard operators here nearly as much as I do at some of the home fields.
That is true.
1-1. Line to second. That one's going to get past Cooper Burr. And big turnaround first that time. And Sabatino slams on the brakes. But it's a 2-out single. Now back-to-back hits here for Owen J.
It'll be interesting if we don't see Coach Kopetsky come out, or a pitching coach, and have a talk. Those last 2 pitches were absolutely roped.
And they will take this opportunity. They do have somebody throwing in the pen. And again, things kind of changed around a little bit. Not your mother's First Energy Stadium, or your father's for that matter.
Yeah, where they were down the left and right field lines.
used to be able to chat up the bullpen,
Are there
sitting
any,
in left and right field.
Are there any fields these days that actually have the pen, so to speak, or a warm-up session that can go on inside?
That's a good question.
I don't think so. I
And
think
a lot of that's all due to the upgrades that they've made here over the years, especially the event center out in center that now houses the upgraded locker rooms, tore them out of the downstairs here. They were able to expand the merchandise area as a result. They had to throw all of that out there. They needed upgraded medical area. So there was a whole slew of stuff that went into it, including the new event center. But that also meant that they were able to move the bullpens from left and right field out to left center, right underneath the scoreboard. 0-1 here to Lucas Campbell, who doubled, stole a bag, and then scored for O&J's first run of the game back in the third. Martin looks in for the sign. Just trying to wait out Sabatino there at first.
Again,
lull him to sleep.
A situation where I don't think I'm necessarily worried about the guy on one. I want to focus on the batter.
Yeah, again, it's 2 outs. As that one, don't have to worry about him anyway. Castillo gets past him all the way to the backstop. And Sabatino will move ahead on the wild pitch. Getting 2 outs, but now a base hit may give O&J the lead. All square on the scoreboard there. And nice to see that the Reading Phillies scorekeepers also notched that as an error last inning.
I saw that as well, yeah. 1-2 with the strike.
Campbell, the 7-hole hitter, looking at the 1-2 count. Martin looks back, now fires. Down low, 2-2. Does have the first base bag open. Winnick on deck. He struck him out looking on 4 pitches last inning. 2 strikes and 2 outs.
After 2 pitches for the first 2 outs, the home run and the single, which turned into a man on 2. Tried to frame it, but it's a ball.
That one off the black.
Fans getting a little louder now as things get a little tighter.
Notice that the O&J fans largely wearing red in support. Muhlenberg scattershot colors everywhere as Cooper Bird drifts into shallow right, squeezes, and retires Campbell for out number 3. P4 on the putout, but 1 run on 2 hits, no errors, and 1 left stranded on second. We are all knotted up here. Going into the top half of the 5th inning, it's 2-2.
And fans, when it's time to transform your driveway, patio, or backyard space, don't settle for ordinary concrete. T. Rinaldo Concrete brings over 23 years of experience right here in Berks County, delivering stunning stamped and decorative concrete, epoxy flooring, and custom designs built around your vision. Owner Tony Rinaldo is licensed, insured, and personally committed to going above and beyond on every single job. Get that pen. Here we go. Call Tony today at 610-427-9433. Again, 610-427-9433, or visit t-rinaldo-concrete.com to request your free quote. T. Rinaldo Concrete, where craftsmanship meets your vision.
For the Muhls, giving up a 2-run cushion that they gave themselves opening up this contest. It's Cooper Bird leading off with a triple. He will lead off here in the 5th as well. looking to kickstart this Muhlenberg offense.
We go to the 5th inning. Here's where the key is to try to stay as relaxed as possible. You know, it's obviously a 2-2 game, but you can tense up a little bit. And the key is to stay loose and simply put the ball in play.
88 pitches for Stahl. If they don't have somebody warming up, they may need one. But a good opportune time for the Mules to try to chase him here in the 5th. That one upstairs as well. It's 2-0.
And that's exactly, if you're Muhlenberg, what you want to do, just based on what you said. You want to work these counts a little bit.
12 walks for Cooper in the regular and postseason combined. 3-0 now. Stahl up to 90 on the pitch count. Second on the team in walks, tied with Liam Vargas and Carter Burr with 12. Gavin Moody leads the team with 13. As Burr stares out a get-it-over fastball. It's 3-1. See if
Unless this is there, we'll see if he doesn't look at this one too.
Yeah, we'll see if he has the green light here. He looks at that one. Pretty sure he thought it was a little low.
I think you're exactly right. I'm not too happy with the strike call.
Runs the count full 3-2. That one beaten to short. Now, throw in time to Camel, and Burr is retired. That'll bring up Marvin Frias. Frias with one official plate appearance, strikeout in the 3rd. But he also walked in the 1st, stole a bag, and then came around to score as well, courtesy of a Gavin Moody single.
So
sorry, that was a Cole Moody sac fly. Wrong Moody.
Third baseman A.J. Murray up on the grass, always anticipating the bunt.
Fouled back to the screen.
This is one of those, if Frias could drag bunt past the pitcher, because as far as his follow through, he's falling off to the third base side.
He's taking a rip there.
Quickly in the hole, up 0-2.
Beats that one foul. Crowd trying to get a little enthusiasm going here. 0-2. That one in the dirt. Again, just looking at that pitch count. Now at 96. That one into left center. It's going to drop.
It is going to get
between
by.
the two, and it's going to get by him.
The left fielder.
He's going to be hustling for third. Kopetsky asking him to slide. He's in there. How about that, Marvin Frias with a triple.
And fired up on third base.
That's what they needed. That one just kept slicing away from Hatt in center field, and then Sabatino fumbles it. That allows Frias to round all the way to third.
I guess if you're Coach Kopetsky, that's another way to tell your player to get down. Just lay on the grass.
That's exactly what he did. Thought he was teaching him how to surf. And if I did that, I'm not sure if I get back up so easily.
Tell you what, Frias with the power there.
Again, that one just slicing away. Batting from the left-hand side, gets it a little bit late. And you can just watch it. It's going from right to left. It's just slicing away from Hatt. He had no chance at that one, and I think that he pretty much knew it, too. He was planning on playing it off the hop, but had Sabatino there to back him up, so he let him have at it. As that one fouled off to the right-hand side. Go right off the screen back into the field of play.
And this is a situation where if you're Stahl, the starting pitcher, He sees Frias out there. You're going to squeeze that baseball a little harder. So 1-1 your count. Let's see if he doesn't give Nolan Fisher, the catcher, a run for his money. Just holding on to it a little bit too long.
Go ahead, run on third. That one beating it into the dirt. Squirts past Fisher. It's a 2-1. Doesn't have to go too far for it, for right behind him.
Yeah, one of those
Stayed in
where
the dirt.
just not far enough. Because you know Frias, if this thing gets anywhere close to the backstop or rolls, he's taking off.
He's got a solid 2 or 3 length lead off the third base bag. Now still cheating forward. Is that one?
There's another one.
Man,
Again, he's just squeezing that ball a little too hard. And Fisher did a nice job keeping that one in front of him.
yeah, Stahl landed awkwardly after that throw. Like I said, he's coming up on that 100 pitch mark. Actually, I'm pretty sure that was it. That was pitch number 100.
And you know the Muhlenberg coaches are keeping track
Oh, they
of
sure
that.
are. They sure are. About 5 pitches left here, and it's getting real awkward for Stahl. Like I said, kind of fell off the mound after that one. It was almost, if you saw Angels in the outfield, when the Angels give a little extra oomph behind them. That one popped up in the infield. Fisher, mask off, gives chase. Catches it for out number 2, and a huge out number 2 for Owen J.
Yeah, indeed that was. At that point, just you're looking to drive it, even with a sacrifice fly.
Something in the field of play.
Yeah, give Nolan Fisher credit there, just being able to track it down running under it and squeezing it for the second out.
So now 2 away. Leading run 90 feet away. Moody, a sac fly and a single today. He's 1 for 1. Swings at the first.
How convenient would it be for Cole Moody to be the recipient of an RBI single right here? The Mules have jumped on his back all season long. Let's see if he can do it again.
Moody batting .368 coming into tonight's game. Is that one? Whew, that'll give a scare to some Wildcats over there. Saw the one guy literally do a right past his face. Probably felt the breeze.
The players all ducked and so did the fans.
At least it wasn't like that Little League game where the dad coached his kid to throw one into the dugout. The dad got suspended for life.
I saw the highlight, or the low light, if you will.
0-2 to Cole Moody. Swing and a miss. The ball gets away. Moody still got to get the first. And they get him by about a step. Nice job there by Fisher, getting the ball out of the dirt, firing the first in time. It's a strikeout, 1-3 on the putout. And the Mules leave that runner stranded on third. Hopefully that one doesn't come back to bite them. And if so, I'm sure we're going to be talking about this situation for the rest of the contest. But instead, we go to the bottom half of the 5th inning. Muhlenberg and Owen J. Roberts still knotted at 2.
You're watching the Mule Sports Network on Jared Gallup Media.
Back here for the bottom half of the fifth inning. Be my last here on the call before I turn it back over. That means that there's another Ryan out there on the mound. Ryan Rosenberry will replace John Martin. Martin goes 4 innings, gives up 4 hits, 2 runs, both of them earned, no walks, 3 Ks, but his book is finished. And instead, it'll bring out Rosenberry. Rosenberry second on the team in innings pitched at 36 1/3. 14 games, 3 starts. And he ends up with a 5.58 ERA, 40 strikeouts to his credit. Has been called on in late innings here. He has 4 of the Mules' 5 saves, 4 for 4 in save opportunities. This is one of those situations that if you're Kopetsky, stats be damned, you're looking at the person who's going to give you some high leverage innings, and that guy is Ryan Rosenberry, and you can probably elaborate a little bit more than I can on Ryan.
Yeah,
this season.
Ryan has been the guy that Coach Kopetsky will look to the starter to maybe go 3 or 4. At one point, Ryan would have been a 2-inning guy, but Coach Kopetsky, through Ryan's progression, he's now confident to take him up to at least 4. So, yeah, he's going to be the guy to come in to set down some innings and hopefully keep this game in check.
Averaging over a strikeout an inning. That one beaten foul past Canfield at third. It's 0-1. Winnick, his second trip to the plate, he struck out looking on 4 pitches in the third.
Rosenberry has come on in some key spots to settle games down, so let's hope he can do it here, but here he hits him. It's hit,
as you were saying,
number 6 that he's hit.
That one right in the square of the back. No time to get away from that, and yeah, looking at the replay, gives a wince, gets down to third. It was right between the numbers, right between the 1 and the 8.
Yeah, they'll give him a little time to try to walk that one off. It looked like it was off speed too. It didn't look like it was, high heat.
Yeah, I think
like that.
Rosenberry just losing the handle on it. That'll bring up A.J. Murray. Murray, an RBI single in the third. He worked that count full. Then eventually paid dividends, scoring Lucas Campbell from third base. Now 1 runner on, nobody out. Murray throws it up. That one bunted, and it hits off the on-deck circle back to the screen.
Yeah, lucked out there. One of those where if you're going to bunt it, certainly you don't want to give an opportunity just for the easy out. So fortunate for him.
Well, at least that time around did square up to bunt and actually made an attempt at the bunt.
Oh, as opposed to, yeah.
The last time around. Show bunt and pull it back.
Mike Canfield well up at third.
Yeah, he's a couple steps onto the grass there at third. Now running in.
And he'll get the strike on the corner.
Yeah, looking at 0-2 anyway, so Murray will likely pull the bat back here and have to take a hack. We'll see how far they hang Winnick off of first. Big wide stance. Able to get back pretty easily.
And he'll still turn to bunt, even on 0-2.
Interesting choice here.
Have to think he's still pulling it back.
Rosenberry cycles through the options again. Now sets the 0-2. Is going to lay it down with 2. Canfield's throw is wild. It'll be an E5 on Canfield.
Yeah, it looked like Canfield thought about throwing it to 2, and then he just strong-armed it over to 1.
He looked at Burr, and then he throws it wide of the bag. Thankfully, I believe Carter Burr was back there to back him up. So it didn't get too far. But he will reach on an E5. Had it in plenty of time.
Just like we've talked about, the one thing that has been in the Mules' favor and that they've done a very good job with is defense. Well, that's a situation right there where credit to Owen J. Roberts. They got the bunt down on the 0-2 count. But if you're Muhlenberg, you've got to make that play. You've got to get an out somewhere. He, of course, looked at 2, made the right choice. Just didn't set the feet, rushed himself, and Owen J. Roberts has first and second with nobody out.
Kopetsky waltzes out to the mound, trying to settle everyone down with nobody around. And we'll see how Rosenberry responds here with 2 runners on and nobody out.
So now Rosenberry just has to settle himself down. Smola's going to come up here to sacrifice as well.
Smola grounded out to second and flew out to center. He's smacked it right back up the middle, returned to center in both plate appearances. Look to get both runners into scoring position. Bat head held way up high by his chin. Looks at strike 1. Smola hasn't seen many pitches here this evening. That was pitch number 6.
Yeah, flew out to center on 1 pitch his last time up.
That one catches the outer edge as well.
Smola not happy with it, yeah.
Hey, he's not a fan.
Didn't like the call.
But once again, you're going to square up the bunt. If it's close, lay it down. Now you're looking at 0-2 again, and we'll see if for a second straight batter they'll give him the green light to try to throw it. And they do, and it's going to be fouled back for strike 3.
A big out right there.
Well, and that's what you run into.
Taking a gamble.
Yeah, you're taking the gamble on bunting it with 2 strikes.
I mean, you're putting the faith in your batter to get that down.
Worked the first time around, and then the baseball gods just said, "No."
They giveth, they taketh away.
Like, no, we're not going to let that happen for a second straight batter. So that'll be Tyler now is struck out looking and grounded into a fielder's choice to short. Now dancing in and out of the batter's box here. Now finally getting into a batting stance.
These are the character builders if you're the Muhlenberg Mules right now.
1 away, 2 on. Outside. No amount of framing Castillo could do to bring that one back across the dish.
It was a nice try. Hey, Real Muto probably does that about as well as anybody also.
I actually watched a video about that last year he got significantly worse at it somehow. And it might be the change in catching coach for the Phillies. Swing and a miss by now. It's 0-2. Or sorry, 1-1. Mark that first pitch wrong. There is a fine art to pitch framing.
There is.
One that's relatively unheralded. That one outside.
You can annoy an umpire in a hurry. In fact, I think that's what the ABS challenge does these days. It just annoys the umpire.
You know what? Good.
Well, at least it's
Can you imagine ABS with Angel Hernandez out there?
Well, it's different than the NFL referees because they don't have to answer to anything.
Jim West out there. The 2-1 from Rosenberry. Inside, it's 3-1. Rosenberry, an interesting inning here so far. Hit a man, has an E5, struck out Smola on 3 pitches. Now has run it to 3-1 to now. We'll see if he's swinging away. He is not. Looks at strike 2. None of these batters seemingly having the green light 3-1.
And
I'm not sure if I've seen any of these batters really take a healthy hack with the hitter's advantage.
And it's been both sides, too, as far as. So Coach Kopetsky giving some instructions from the dugout.
Going to have first base. Looks like Cole Moody hanging off of the grass here, as well as Canfield. They were up a little bit further. We'll hang back. Swing and a miss. Got now chasing high and away. And there's 2 down. Rosenberry walking that tightrope.
That is something Ryan Rosenberry has done, I'll say, as the season has progressed. He's gotten to the point having confidence in that fastball that he can, I'll say, elevate it a little bit, make him chase it, and it's worked out to his advantage in some key spots, that being one of them.
Yeah, it has a little bit of late rise to it. I mean, it's one of those pitches that seemingly just comes off of his fingertips and just keeps going up as it approaches the plate. And that one might have started belt high by the time that you're looking at it. It's a little bit elevated and out of the zone. 1-0 to Adam Stahl. Stahl, not a great night for him so far. He's popped out to first and grounded out to the catcher, 1-3. That one gets past him, and Castillo needs to go chase it back to the screen. Not sure if that was a wild pitch as much as it was probably a pass ball, as Castillo trying to backhand it, and I think that he just didn't get a good grip on it. Went off the glove.
Yeah, I will say that there have been stretches. See, now they're going to put him on base. They're going to give him
at that point,
walk.
you may as well just take the force out at any base.
Right.
Now you're going to go to Waltemeyer. Waltemeyer, not a great night for him either. He struck out looking and fly it out to center on one pitch. He's 0 for 2.
It's a good day to be at the ballpark. The airplanes flying in for the World War II weekend. Forget the admission fee. Just come out to this game.
That one lined out to right field. It is up and over Carter Burr. That's going to score at least 2. They're going to wind all of them home. It is a bases clearing triple for Owen Waltemeyer.
Yeah, he went with the pitch. It was outside. He drove it over Carter Burr's head. Obviously clearing the bases, giving the Wildcats the 3-run lead here in the bottom of the 5th.
Winnick scores from third. Murray comes around from second. And Stahl scampers home from first to give Owen J a 5-2 lead here in the bottom half of the 5th. They will also toss out a pinch runner here at third. And that'll be Anthony DiPolito, one of their sophomores.
And the one thing that I talked about where the Mules have done a good job all season long as far as defense, they hit a batter, error 5, and it ends up with the 3-run triple.
Rosenberry outside. Rosenberry didn't even have a chance to try to get deep into that count as Waltemeyer early swinging. Rosenberry a quick pickoff back to third.
Mules with the 5, 6, 7 hitters in their top of the 6th.
Foul tip. It's 1-1. Yeah, and I mean, now we're just in that territory where it's not necessarily all Ryan Rosenberry's fault in the scoreboard, or at least in the scorebook. A bunch of these runs are going to be unearned. As that one back up the middle, it's going to get past Cooper Burr at second and plate the 4th run of the inning. It's now 6-2 Owen J.
Yeah, give Nolan Fisher credit. Again, just going with the pitch. Right back up the middle. finding the hole, bringing in the 4th run.
Fisher, his second RBI. He was responsible for the solo run in the 4th inning, courtesy of that solo shot to left. Yeah, and I mean, basically all of this is unearned. Rosenberry will take responsibility for at least one of the runs, but the E5 doing damage, as that would have been the 3rd out of the inning at this point in time. But that doesn't matter much except for the stat sheet at the end of the game. Fortunately, we're looking at a win or go home situation. Now for the Mules, obviously don't have that long of a trip if that were to happen, but there is no tomorrow after this evening. They'll have a couple innings to try to claw back here, but as for now, they need to get out of the bottom of the 5th. Martin gives up 2 runs in 4 innings. Now 4 runs in this single frame. It's Rosenberry. Gets one back, it's 2-1. Sabatino is flown out to right and singled. Single coming in the 4th. Catches the outer edge, it's 2-2. Rosenberry just that close to getting out of it. He struck out back-to-back batters in Smola and now. Then unfortunately the pass ball really just kind of led to the unraveling.
Yeah, the pass ball, which led to them, I'll say, forcing them into the automatic
That has to be
walk.
a swing, and it is. So the inning will end as Rosenberry strikes out the side, but does give up 4 runs, most of them unearned. So he gets a check swing up and away, and now the Mules have some work to do. It is 6-2 Owen J after 5 innings of play, and with that, we'll turn it back over to Darren for the remainder of the contest here on the call. Not sure if we're going to commercial at all. We're supposed to go to commercial. Chris is nodding yes, so I'll give him the time to do so. When we return, it'll be Muhlenberg dealing with a 4-run deficit, but a chance to turn it around here in the top of the 6th, coming back here on the Muhls Sports Network.
Craving something seriously good? At Spenny's Steaks and Shakes, every bite is made with love. Start with pizza, sauce on top, cheese on bottom, baked to golden perfection. It's a whole Philly experience in every slice. If pizza's not your thing, there's cheesesteaks, hoagies, and Hershey's ice cream to top it all off. Family owned, Philadelphia proud. Open Tuesday through Saturday, 11 to 7. Order online at SpennySteaks.com or call 484-277-2933. Mention this ad and get a free fountain soda.
Owen Waltemeyer.
Yep.
So Owen Waltemeyer will take over for Owen J. Roberts.
Batting for the Muhls, shortstop Liam Vargas.
6-2 your score as we go to the top of the 6th inning. You listen to the mellow tunes of Ryan Lineweaver for the last several innings. And we'll see what the Mules can do. It's going to be Liam Vargas. He struck out in the 1st. Flew out to right field his last time up. First is a strike, 0-1. One and one your count.
May have actually been Waltemeyer for a little bit longer now that I'm staring at him a bit closer. He's got that big up and over throwing motion. Pretty sure he may have been out there.
Yeah, I think
he may
so.
have just
I think he was, because if I take a look here, Stahl was 22, and I know they had switched from him to Waltemeyer.
Yeah, it didn't sound like they announced it
exactly
in the stadium.
And that's what I was listening for.
Same. 3-1 now.
Here's a cue shot to the right side. Lucas Campbell will scoop up, go unassisted. That'll be the first out for the Mules here in the top of the 6th. It'll bring up the third baseman, Mike Canfield.
Canfield with an interesting night so far. Saw 4 pitches in the first, then led off the second, retired 5-3, and then reached on an error in the 4th.
Swing and a miss on Waltemeyer's first offering. It's 0-1.
Canfield looking to put that one somewhere in the left field bleachers.
In there, he's in the hole, 0-2. Waltemeyer gaining steam as he goes along.
Well, I will say one thing that we haven't really noticed is that one
Little up high, yeah.
somehow misses. Just looking at my stat sheet, the Mules have not been able to really spoil a lot of pitches here in the counts. I keep track of balls, strikes, and foul balls once you reach 2 strikes, as that one's
There's a fly
skied
ball
out
into
center.
right center. Ryan Hatt runs it down.
But there was a point in time here where, like, Cooper Burr had, a foul ball. Canfield had 3 foul balls back in the second inning. John Martin had 3 as well during his AB. They're just not spoiling pitches in the same way as we get into the later innings.
Number 16, Drake Hoffman.
So taking a look to see who the Mules are putting in here.
Yeah, it'll be Drake Hoffman. Hoffman without a hit so far this year. He has reached base once in 5 plate appearances, 4 ABs. This is just his 4th game of the season. They'll try to switch it up from the left-hand side and give Waltemeyer a different look. Plus, that was Martin's turn coming back up again.
Right.
He was pitching in the bottom half of the 4th still, but this time around, his place in the order. They decide to flip-flop back to the lefty.
Cue shot to the third baseman. He'll get it, fire it over to first. And that will take care of Muhlenberg here in the top of the 6th. We've played 5.5. And we get the read. Go ahead.
Ah, the same read again.
I'll do it if you want me to.
No, I'll do it again.
Right, yeah. Go ahead. Yeah, do it. It's all you.
For over 180 years, Berks County has had a place to gather, eat well, and have a great time, and that is the Peanut Bar in Center City, Reading. I'm kidding.
Oh,
I'm kidding. Kidding. It's Birdie's in.
Kidding.
Exeter Township.
Just kidding.
I mean, it wasn't a plug for anywhere in West Reading, so Jerry should be happy with that. They have the best burgers in Berks. They also have the homemade kielbasa smoked right in-house from a 200-year-old family recipe. They have fresh-made soups and wings every single night of the week, including Sunday. Wash it all down with beer on tap, bottles, cans, or you can get a mixed bevy from the bar. Live music every Friday and Saturday, karaoke, trivia, open mic nights, and more, all from a big old deck that's covered and open year-round, rain or shine. They took the plastic off. I'm sure it's glorious out there right now.
Oh, it's beautiful. Hey, since we're talking birdies, and I'm going to jump in here. Go ahead.
Go for it.
You finish the read, and then I'll go ahead and add. Go ahead.
They won 2025 Best Bar Food from Berks County Living, and part of that is their late-night menu, which you can catch on Friday and Saturday nights from 9 to 11, and, in fact, tonight as well. Make sure to give John a call at 610-779-5797 for all of your love advice, and also if you want to place a reservation. 160 Old Friedensburg Road in Exeter. Sorry. I have too much fun with some of these sometimes.
That's all right. So, if you've never been to the Birdies Belt Sander races, that's going to come up somewhere around, say, the second week in July. It's the 4th year that Jerry Gelliff Media will be covering it. If you have not been there, friends, put together a group, come on out, and I kid you not, you will absolutely enjoy yourself. Between the music, between the food, between the drinks, needless to say, the races last year, from the beginning of the races to the championship race, there were 70 of them. 70 races for you to watch these stalwarts get on a belt sander and go 40 feet as fast as they can. It's not for the faint of heart. So get a group together. I kid you not, you will have the best time of your life. We enjoy doing it. It's a good time for everybody. It is a great cause. It's always for charity. I don't know as far as who they're going to be doing it for yet this year. But again, for charity, it's been great. A great fundraiser in the past. Come on out and make it a great event. All right, there's my pitch. All right, let's go to the bottom of the sixth, shall we?
We shall. Change on the mound as I believe we have Cooper Burr out there now.
It looks like Cooper Burr.
They have placed Isaac Fana out in right field. And Burr stepping off the mound here.
Doing a little equipment check.
Didn't like that one.
Of course, the Owen J. Roberts dugout getting a little vocal.
Cooper Burr, a 1.88 ERA in 26 innings, 7 games played, 6 of them starts. So just his second relief appearance, and at this point, you throw the kitchen sink at it.
This may be the coach telling the players to chill out. The umpire may have made a motion too. So first pitch in is a ball.
Can hear an Owen J. Roberts fan telling some Muhlenberg fans that they suck. That's nice of them.
This one down low, 2-0.
Yeah, you can probably pick up this guy on the broadcast if you're listening hard enough.
Probably. Lucas Campbell, the first baseman, steps in. 1 for 2. A double, a stolen base, and a run scored in the third.
I can't tell what's going on here as the second base umpire coming out and talking to Burr on the mound. Kopetsky will come out and be like, hey, you talk to me. I don't know if it's the length of time that he is taking here.
Or they're actually talking about how he's towing the rubber as if it could potentially be a balk. I don't know.
I mean, if that's the case, thank the umpire for coming out and trying to correct it before he has to call it every time.
Yeah.
But so now you can see he's standing almost horizontal with that foot on the rubber.
So 3-0, your count.
And probably just enough to upset him on the mound a little bit.
Probably.
So now we have, I believe, some Owen J players and fans over here with their shirts off, waving them. Big thing in St. Louis right now.
3-1 your count. This will be high and tight. It's ball 4. So Lucas Campbell, a leadoff base runner. That'll bring up the 8-hitter, the right fielder Gavin Winnick. Struck out in the third. He was hit by a pitch in the fifth. Came around to score on the triple.
Right between the numbers. Made a 1.8 instead of 18 for a second.
Here's Cooper Burr. He'll throw over to one, and they're going to pick him off. Oh,
and now he's safe.
But Cooper, Cole Moody couldn't hold on to the ball, so he was safe. They had him picked off. So keep Campbell on 1.
Does have a decent-sized lead over there. Toe just on the fringe of the grass there in the cutout.
Winnick Tires will step out.
A little bit of an open stance here from Winnick in the box.
This is inside. 1-0 your count. We are in the bottom of the sixth. For Owen J. Roberts, 6 runs on 6 hits with an error. For the Mules, 2 runs, 5 hits, 1 error. Here's Cooper Burr's pitch. Well outside, it's going to get by Carlos Castillo. That's got to be a pass ball.
I think so. I think it's going to be another one. Second one by my count. I mean, there have been wild pitches, don't get me wrong, but there have been 2 that he should have had in his mitt. Like I said, that's part of the reason why Rosenberry gave up 4 runs, but by my count, just one of them earned because there's a lot of tomfoolery happening.
He'll turn to bunt. Cooper Burr will chase Campbell back to 2.
Pretty sure with the swap, they moved Carter Burr to second in place of Cooper.
Here's the pitch. This will be outside.
Yeah, I don't terribly expect much here. 3-0, base open. At this point, probably just put him on and hope to get a ground ball out of A.J. Murray.
Winnick will turn to bunt.
Yeah.
It's going to be well outside, ball 4.
There you go.
So 2 straight walks to start the Wildcats' 6th. It'll bring up the 9-hitter, the third baseman, A.J. Murray. Murray got an RBI in the 3rd, reached base on an error in the 5th. Here comes Kopetsky, and they'll talk about it. I think if I'm a Muhlenberg pitcher at this point, I'm just throwing fastballs and let my defense
Let your defense work.
for me.
Pitch
You
to
get
contact a little bit.
Yeah, you get a little too finesse with the off-speed stuff, and
Well, I'm not sure if you have much of a choice here. You're looking to induce a ground ball of some sort. You're trading outs.
you just keep your fastball low.
Looks like they're going to trot Anthony Hatt all the way out to the bullpen. And Chase Kreider, for that matter. Both of them going out to the pen.
They're going to wait until they get all the way across the field.
I don't think they are.
No, apparently not. So they're going to get the out at 1. The out will go 1-4.
Second baseman, Matt
It'll move the runners up to 2nd and 3rd. And we'll see the top of the lineup for the Wildcats. Matt Smola will step in. He's 0 for 3. He struck out his last time up. Here's Burr's pitch. Swing and a miss. 0-1. Looked like he took something off that pitch.
Smola struck out on 3 pitches last inning.
Pop up to the right side. It'll go out of play. And the fan doesn't make the play.
I think that's an employee sitting over there.
Yeah, wearing the shirt. That's what would be the dead giveaway.
Used to have one of those. Used to be a polo. Counting all those tickets.
Here's a pop up to center. In comes Gavin Moody. The right fielder, though, will take care of that one, and they're
Caught him
gonna,
in a pickle.
they're going to get the runner coming home from 3rd. No, they're
No,
not.
they're not. And nobody covering third.
Canfield held onto the ball too long, allowing the runner to essentially score.
Well, let's watch the replay here. It was cut off. Well,
Yeah,
they're
I was
going to
going to say, I don't
too.
think they're going to play the replay. I think it's a situation where Canfield actually held onto the ball too long, and by the time he got it back to the plate, he was already by him and able to score. So here's the play. The play itself is a fly out to the right fielder. So F9 on that one. The throw comes to the catcher. Actually, it was back to the pitcher. And through the course of it, to 5, then back to 2, and he's safe. So not as if you really need to know any of that. It's just F9.
I think what you ended up having happening was Cooper Burr and Castillo both standing there at home. As that's going to get past Castillo, runner's going to come home. And that time they get him.
They'll call him out. I'm not exactly sure he was. The ball gets by Castillo.
Who?
And they'll nail Winnick coming home for the third out. So a crazy bottom of the 6th for Owen J. Roberts. They'll plate 1. Take it 7-2. As we go to the 7th. And when it's time to transform your driveway, patio, or backyard space, don't settle for ordinary concrete. T. Ronaldo Concrete brings over 23 years of experience right here in Berks County, delivering stunning stamped and decorative concrete, epoxy flooring, and custom designs built around your vision. Owner Tony Ronaldo is licensed, insured, and personally committed to going above and beyond on every single job. Get that pen handy. Call Tony today, 610-427-9433. Again, 610-427-9433. Visit t-ronaldo-concrete.com to request your free quote. T. Ronaldo Concrete, where craftsmanship meets your vision.
Looks like Owen J sticking with Waltemeyer here for the top portion of the 7th.
All right, 7-2. I think Muhlenberg was lucky that they only gave up 1 there in the bottom of the 6th. But 7-2 your score. It's the 8-9-1 hitters for Muhlenberg. Aiden Bonte, the designated hitter. He walked in the 2nd. Showing as far as a catcher unassist.
That was the awkward play where he went for it out of the batter's
that's
box.
right. He was out of the batter's
was ruled
box.
out.
Yeah. First pitch, a ball. Next one in there, evens the count at 1. Yeah, that always gets to be the fun thing. When they make the call on the field, they don't really give an explanation, and
Not
it's
really.
left to us to try to figure out what happened.
I think I have a fair interpretation of what happened there.
Foul off to the right side. 1-2 your count. So the Mules in desperation mode. This one will be down low, 2-2.
Look, you're not that far away from turning the lineup over, but you need Bonte and Burr to get a little bit of magic happening here. You can't turn the lineup over with 2 outs.
This one outside, it'll take the count full, 3-2. But let's not be lost, regardless of what's happening tonight. Let's not be lost on the incredible season that Muhlenberg had, certainly in the District 3 run. This one fouled back.
Again, that's the First foul ball that I've seen on a 2-strike pitch since the 5th inning. Have to go back to the 3rd to see another one. It's been a heck of a run here. Swing and a miss.
One down here in the Muhls 7th.
5 straight, 11 out of their last 12 coming in. Nobody expected much out of them.
Not at all, and the daunting task of going on the road 3 straight times, coming up with those victories. Getting the first state playoff game ever at home. And there for a strike, 0-1. On the outside corner, strike 2, and I think it's the first state appearance since 2008. The crazy part of it was Carter Burr wasn't even born yet. Here's a grounder to short. Scooped up, fired over. Now to Campbell. 6-3.
Yeah, that one, he actually got a little bit of a help from the mound. It hit off that left side of the mound, and if you watched how it skewed after it hit the mound, it actually skewed in Nowell's favor. Had it caught the back part of the mound, it might have scooted through for a base hit, but it caught the left-hand side, and you could see it change direction just enough right to now.
So Cooper Burr will step in. First pitch, a strike. Cooper on the night, his night started off great. He had the triple, scored a run in the first. This will be fouled off to the left side. It's 0-2. Popped out to the first baseman, a ground out to short since. Umpire calls time. Cooper will take a moment to take care of the equipment.
Wildcats fans on their feet here for what could be the final strike.
Here's a shot to right center. It'll fall in for a base hit, and it's going to roll all the way to the wall. Cooper will roll into second with his second hit of the night. And the Muhls are alive, although faintly. Marvin Frias will step in.
More of that type of announcer's curse, please.
Yeah. He tripled his last time up.
One for two, but has reached base twice. Walked and scored in the first.
Waltemeyer with the pitch. This one outside. Actually, it'll catch the outside corner. That's what I meant to say.
Guess again.
Strike one. The umpire may be hungry for a Snickers. This one popped up on the left side.
It's in
It's
play.
going to stay in the field of play. The third baseman, A.J. Murray, will squeeze it. And Owen J. Roberts will advance after defeating the Muhls 7-2 here this evening at First Energy Stadium. Again, a fantastic season for the Muhls. It ends in the quarterfinals of the 6A playoffs. As the teams gather on the field for one final salute, we'll step aside. We'll be back with some post-game comments after these messages. You're watching the Muhls Sports Network on Jerry Gelliff Media. We are back at First Energy Stadium, where the Owen J. Roberts Wildcats have defeated the Muhlenberg Mules 7-2 in the 6A quarterfinals this evening. When you take a look, of course, at the box score, Ryan, the first thing that comes to mind, the Mules get out of the gate quickly. So, at that point, it's what they had been doing lately. If they didn't get a run or two early, but on a night like tonight, Owen J. Roberts just had the firepower. Muhlenberg didn't have the pitching, and it ends up with the Wildcats advancing.
7 straight runs to finish this game off is pretty much the end story of it. They ran into it before where they're just a ruthlessly efficient team. 7 runs, just 6 hits. They only left 2 runners on base. The Mules left 6 stranded on the base paths. Not to say that they score all 6, things change. Obviously it would be an 8-7 game if they scored all of them, but you leave runners on base. Owen J. just, again, ruthlessly efficient here this evening. And Mules did great at the start. Cooper Burr led off with a triple, got things started. Frias ended up walking. Both of them came around to score thanks to a Gavin Moody single and a Cole Moody sac fly. But the offense, again, I think it was just a lot of going back to seeing pitches and seeing pitches well and being able to spoil pitches and work yourself back into counts or work yourself into a hitter's count. It just kind of seemingly dissipated as the game went along. Obviously, they made a change from Adam Stahl to Waltemeyer along the way. Waltemeyer finishing off this game, and I think that was largely the difference as the Mules jumping on Stahl early but unable to do the same against the relief. And, got to be able to put up runs past the first inning if you're the Mules.
And you're exactly right. You take a look. In that first inning, they only sent 5 batters up to the plate, able to score 2.
6, actually, with
with
Canfield seeing 4 pitches.
Right. But then you go to the second inning, they only have 5 batters there.
Strand 2.
Yep. In the third inning, they've got 4 batters. They strand 1. Let's see, what else? Then in
fourth inning, you go 4 batters, strand 1 on second.
They get the leadoff on by an error. They get a stolen base, but can't do anything there.
Then fifth inning, you strand Frias on third with just 1 out.
Right, he hits the triple. That's right. So it's a matter of it's not as if they didn't have the opportunities. They just didn't capitalize when they needed to.
And Owen J., completely the opposite. Again, just 2 runners left on base, 7 runs on 6 hits. And, that 4-run 5th inning against Rosenberg might be the hard luck loser by my count. Just one of those runs ended up being earned due to the early error in the inning, but still he will give up the 4 runs, take the loss, strikes out the side in that inning. Mm-hmm. So, was throwing gas, was able to get the outs that he needed eventually, but just 2 hits allowed in that inning. Everything else was extracurricular. He had a hit by pitch, he had an E5, he had an intentional walk, and then he had the bases clearing triple that pretty much did in the Mules. After that, it sucked the life out of that Muhlenberg roster for the most part, and you didn't see an awful lot going on here in the late stages as they, again, you go into the 5th inning, just 4 batters, the 6th inning, 3 batters, and then 4 here in the 7th as they were retired in pretty rapid succession here to finish off the contest.
Give credit to Owen J. Roberts starting pitching. Adam Stahl, after giving up those early 2 runs, he ultimately blanks him, as does Owen Waltemeyer. So, as much as we can talk about the Mules not taking advantage of opportunities, I'll give them credit. They came up big when they had to. The defense made a few plays when they had to. And their offense came around. They were able to put the ball in play. Like you said, a couple fortuitous occurrences there with the hit by pitch, the error leading to those 4 runs, and ultimately leads to Muhlenberg's demise this evening. But again, before we wrap up, unless there was anything else you wanted to say about this evening, Ryan?
Not in particular.
Again, just what an incredible year that the Mules had. They come in as the 11th seed in the District 3 playoffs. They take out Chambersburg 10-0. In that one, Cole Moody came back with 3 days rest in order to throw, that 6-inning mercy rule game. Then they come back on the 21st. They blank Ephrata, who they lost to earlier in the season, 2-0. So at that point, again, the pitching was doing obviously what it needed to. They were getting as far as some runs, able to play defense, hold on to it. And at that point, again, working their way to states as they did that they hadn't been in. Again, the first home playoff game state-wise in the history of the Muhls, first state playoff game since 2008. Just not even something, as I was covering this team early in the season, I can't even tell you after the first third that I felt that this would be this quality team.
And they were hovering around 500 for a while and then just caught fire at the right time. And you know what? Sometimes that's all you need is just to catch fire. You see that all the time, especially in the MLB playoffs. You know, you have a team that's kind of limping in. They usually continue to limp, and then you have a team that comes in hot, and they just catch fire at the right time and use that momentum, and that's exactly what the Muhls ended up doing. That's why you have all these games to play during the season. You know, wild things happen once you have a large enough sample size like that. Things even out over the course of the year, and you know the Muhls, for them, obviously a much better team than maybe their early 500 record had indicated. Able to pull it together here, especially on the back of guys like Cole Moody, who not only led the team at the dish, but largely carried them again. Like well over a third of the total pitches thrown by the entire roster this year was thrown by Cole Moody. So he really just put the team on his back. He said 11-0, but unfortunately can only throw him so much. You need some extra effort from the rest of the starting pitching staff, and unfortunately it's what you run into when you're playing games back to back to back, and you can't throw them back to back games. You threw them on 3 nights rest just a little bit ago. Can't do it again. Probably would have gone the next date for the semifinals. And just unfortunately, it's the luck of the draw. You need everyone to contribute when you get into these winner-go-home situations. And you're pulling from the back end of your bench and the depths of your pitching rotation to get there. And sometimes when you reach this level, especially when you come to states, it really just does come down to depth, especially around the rotation. And the teams that have it end up doing really well, and the teams that don't will flame out. Muhlenberg had a heck of a run with the pitching staff that they did, just ran out of gas here at the end of the day.
So Muhlenberg, of course, the seniors, let's give a nod to them very quickly. Anthony Hatt, Gavin Moody, Michael Miller Jr., Michael Batista, Cole Moody, Cooper Burr, and let me see if there was anybody else wrapping that up. Carlos Castillo, the catcher. Congratulations to all of them on a fantastic year. A lot of youth on this Muhlenberg squad. So much like anything else, they always say a rising tide raises all ships. Well, you've got a situation here where the younger kids now have a taste for district playoffs, a taste for state baseball. So at that point now, here's maybe where Muhlenberg builds that program to the point where now the younger kids are coming up, and now they're going to be able to teach them next year as far as this is the expectation, and we'll see where it goes from there.
It's always the hope. Muhlenberg's always had a pretty excellent program going on, and they play, obviously here in Berks. You have some really good baseball rosters and a lot of pitching depth, coming out of here, and guys like, Sharon going all the way down to LSU. So, you have some top-level guys coming out of Berks County. You have Tyler Minnick up at UConn performing really well. And, it's not like Berks County is not talented in their own right. So, for them to go through and do what they did in counties, be able to do what they did in districts, heck yeah, that's going to pay a lot of dividends for these young kids going forward, especially into next year. And I guarantee when you look at, preseason rosters and you look at preseason expectation, these guys are going to have a little bit higher of an expectation next year as a result of what they were able to put together as an 11 seed going into the districts, knocking off some top seeds, and coming away with a district championship, making it here into states. It's a heck of a run, and hopefully they're able to take what they've learned from this run and apply it to next year and go out and beat Wilson in the county championship next year, go out and beat Governor Mifflin, go out and beat the teams that they need to, using some of that backbone that they gained from this extended, unexpected run through the playoffs.
Well, Ryan, I think that gives us a wrap on the Muhlenberg Mule Varsity 2026 season. Again, congratulations to the guys. We'll also say congratulations to the girls as far as softball as well. It's been a fantastic year for them as well, seeing the talent that they have put on the field. A few thanks before we leave the air tonight. Want to thank our sponsors for allowing this game to come to you tonight. Of course, Birdies Inn, we appreciate all of their support. We appreciate Tony Rinaldo Concrete. Again, look him up. Make sure that you utilize our sponsors so that we can continue to bring these types of quality games to you. We appreciate everybody here at First Energy Stadium for allowing us to certainly bring the game to you. Of course, PIAA, we thank them as well. We thank Jerry Gelliff Media for putting this together for us. And anything else you'd like to say as we wrap up? May it be the Exeter, the Muhlenberg baseball season, softball season. Go ahead.
No, I mean, that's pretty much all I got. Go Birds? I don't know.
Go. Oh, you went there? You went there. All right, that's okay.
No, it's a heck of a season. These guys now get to go enjoy senior week. I'm sure that they would much rather be playing baseball, but now they get to enjoy the fruits of graduating high school. So not all is lost for the Mules, and especially those seniors. You know, they'll go off. Do we have any future prospects going off and playing collegiate baseball out of this roster that you know of?
Well, I mean, I know as far as Cole Moody is going to be heading off, Gavin Moody will be heading off. They'll be playing ball, as will Cooper Burr. So there are a number of players who will be pursuing ball at the next level. Certainly we'll keep our eyes on them. So those are, I'll say, the top three that I am familiar with. But, you know, certainly, as you mentioned, always fun to watch them too. Devin over at Exeter, you know, seeing as far as going to, you know, Mount St. Mary's and then down to LSU. But just seeing the local talent, Bryce Detweiler last year, I think UConn ultimately, is that where he ended up?
I know Minnick ended up at
Minnick did,
UConn.
and I'm forgetting as far as where, for whatever reason that comes to mind. But you're right, seeing the talent here and the talent that we're able to see because we're covering Exeter, because we're covering Muhlenberg. Not only are we obviously showing the talents of those schools, but we're showing you high school around the county. And it doesn't matter whether it's Governor Mifflin, whether it's Wilson, whether it's Conrad Weiser, or Wyomissing. We're bringing you high school sports as no one else does.
I do enjoy the baseball softball season. It's a nice throwback compared to, like I said, football's very regimented, that it's, you know, the same thing every single play. Play-by-play talks a little, color then, you know, fills it in a little, and then you go structured like that. Basketball, it might just be me talking for 5 minutes straight with no breaks. And
that's
baseball actually gives us a little bit of room to breathe. So this is definitely my favorite to call when it comes down to it, and hopefully that shows when we put on the broadcast as well.
We would hope so. That's certainly our intent, is to bring you quality professional broadcasts.
Sometimes.
You know, as far as, that's the hope. That's the plan. Whether or not it always turns out that way, that could be a different story. But again, we thank you, the fans, for watching all season long. We are appreciative of you, without a doubt. I think it's time to wrap up. For my partner, Ryan Lineweaver, our producer, Chris Zeiner, our cameraman, Steve Eberhardt, I'm Darren Zeiner again. Thank you for joining us on the Mule Sports Network. Have a great evening. God bless.
Thank you for joining us for Muhlenberg Varsity Baseball and Softball on the Mule Sports Network. Brought to you by Birdies Inn at 5 Points in Exeter, Scott's Car Wash at 5700 Perkiomen Ave in Exeter, and Spenny's Steaks and Shakes on Route 61 in Muhlenberg. Join us all season long for Muhlenberg action on the Mule Sports Network. This has been a presentation of Jerry Gelliff Media. Good night.